They got a lot of reporting to do. The lockout's over. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I just got a tweet. The lockout's over. I'm kidding. I have no idea.
What's it like to teach these young kids to be like you out here?
You know what? For the first time having a camp here in Cleveland, thanks to Strongsville High School, they were great to cooperate with us to do this camp, and man, we have a great turnout. You know, you heard Greg say earlier, we got over 300 kids for the first time, and that's pretty neat. You know, to be able to spend some time with these guys. You know, they only see me play on Sundays, so to come out here and work with them, throw with them. You know, I had a line of about 50 kids earlier, just throwing go balls and letting them dive and catch, and you know, it's a blast. You know, for me to come here and to do this, and for the parents for sending their kids out here, that's pretty special.
What kinds of questions do these kids ask you?
Well, we haven't had a sit-down Q&A. That's at the end of camp. But you know, just the generic stuff. You know, good luck this year. You know, I'm a Browns fan, always have been. Those types of things. There's lots of Browns kids out here.
What kind of athleticism are you seeing out here?
It's pretty good. You know, we're only 7 to 14 in this age group on the field. On the other side, we're doing kind of a skill camp where it's run similar to a combine. You know, we test the 40, we test vertical jump and those types of things. And those are the older kids. They're kind of really specific in what they're doing right now. So we got a good group of kids.
Are you optimistic you will be back to work soon?
Well, I mean, I think you have to be. You know, this process is, you know, it's been a long time. So we're all, you know, collectively, you know, I think speaking for our organization, we're ready to get back to work.
What's the latest thing you've heard, Colt, from any of the NFL guys?
To be honest, I don't know much. I mean, I keep up with our player reps, Scott Fajita, Tony Pashos, Ben Watson. Those guys do a great job of informing us the things that are going on, and you know, I think you hear stuff every day that sounds like we're inching closer and closer. So, you know, we're all just anxious to get back to work.
Do you think the little camps you've had this summer is going to help?
You're talking about when the guys get together? Yeah, you know, I mean, how much is it going to help? You know, I don't know. But the fact is that we've got together 4 or 5 times. We've worked really hard. And I think our organization, our team, is in a little bit different situation as other teams. You know, you look across the league, you've got teams like, I don't know, the Saints, you know, the Patriots, those guys with established quarterbacks, Peyton Manning in Indianapolis, where their offense is not going to change, their defense is not going to change. They have everything, you know, right where they want it. For us, you know, we're switching from a 3-4 to a 4-3. Offensively, we're switching from one system to the West Coast system, and we've got a lot of work to do, and we realize that. So being able to get together and work and throw, and you know, has been huge for me individually, because I didn't get that last year. You know, I didn't have that off season with those guys and my teammates. So it's been great for me. For those guys, we have spent a lot of time breaking down the playbook. You know, the playbook that we do have, understanding the basics, the fundamentals, the foundations of the West Coast. And so, yeah, absolutely, that will help. But you know, we also understand that, you know, it's going to take time. You know, defensively, it's going to take time to make that change, to get the guys in the right places. Offensively, figure out, you know, what are we going to do? What's our go-to stuff? You know, we got to figure out who's going to play where, you know, and how it's all going to work. And you know, we need that coaching. So we're in a little bit different situation. We're not making any excuses. You know, when it's time, it's time. But certainly, we're ready to get this over with.
How much do you miss the coaches in a setup like that? I'm sure you have questions about little things inside the West Coast, and you're not able to turn around and ask Coach Shermer or whoever.
Yeah, well, and that's hard, you know. But you know, you have the playbook, and you know, you got your teammates. So the things that you can do is get together and work. And you know, I really commend, you know, all my teammates, my receivers, tight ends, running backs. You know, last week we had a ton of guys on defense show up. Mary Kay was out there, and so that was huge for us to be able to, you know, to get together like that, spend some time together. But also, you know, we've got together and thrown individual routes, thrown some one-on-ones. You know, really worked on our stuff. But then, you know, with the defense out there, we were able to play some 7-on-7. And, you know, for me, seeing coverages, seeing different things, that's huge. And so, you know, that was really good for us. And like I said, again, you know, we're anxious to get this over with because we know how much work we have to do. You know, we know what we need to do, and you know, we're ready.
So
these workouts have been, in your opinion, they've been more about, more than just about building camaraderie, right? I mean, you guys have accomplished more than
Yeah,
that.
I think everybody understands that they have been work trips. I mean, when guys put forth effort like that, that shows a lot about our team, the character of the guys on our team to be willing to do that. I mean, we've got to go get our own insurance. It's on our own money to do this kind of stuff. Obviously, we help out, we help each other, guys who need help, but it's on our own, and that speaks volumes for them to do that. And so I'm real proud of those guys, and that's going to get us somewhere.
Do you hope doing this will build camaraderie down the line because you guys were able to kind of come together without coaches and things like that?
Well, I think naturally, anytime that happens, that will help. It'll help build chemistry. You get to know the guys a little bit better. I know it's been important for me because, last year was good, but the whole off season, the whole first part of the season, I was taking no reps with those guys and really didn't know those guys as well as I wanted to and as a quarterback should. So this time it's been huge. Yeah, I played with them, but now we kind of realize, okay, here's what we're doing. Here's what we see. Lay it out. Now let's set our goals and let's go do it. And that's really what these times have been about is working hard, growing with each other, learning the West Coast, and really kind of developing as much as we can without our coaches there.
It seems like you've been the driving force behind those team workouts. Why did you decide it was to take charge? I mean, where did that come from?
I mean, I just that's part of your responsibility. That's part of playing quarterback. Is you're supposed to figure out a way to lead your team to a win, every Sunday. And I feel like the preparation and the things that you do now are things that can only help you on Sundays. And what we do is not going to. I don't know how big a difference it's going to make, but it's going to make a positive difference for us, if anything. And so, winning is the only thing that matters to me. And, it's pretty evident through all the effort and the time that my teammates have put in that's their goal too. And so that's what it's all about.
You think that all the skill position guys were there most of the time, the tight ends, the wide receivers, all the key guys. How much do you think that'll help?
Yeah, it will. It will. It's just you can't really say, oh, this is going to make our season. That's not something that you can say about us getting together. Us getting together just shows the commitment, shows the desire that we have to change what's been going on here for a while. And last year, 5-11, that's not what we want to do. And so you can see that the guys that are willing to do this 4 or 5 times in off season when we're locked out, when we don't have coaches, when we know we're learning a new system, we want to be ahead of the game, and that's the reason that we're getting together.
Were you happy with the turnout at the first full squad?
Yeah, turnout was great. And like I said, those guys have really been dedicated this summer. We've worked really hard. I can't say enough about them. Let's make sure you praise those guys for being able to be willing to do that. And to me that means a lot, especially organizing it, getting it together. For those guys to be on top of it like that, that makes me know that we got something special going.
I know you've always been a leader, but was that always natural for you to kind of take charge of the guys and set stuff up and get everybody going?
Honestly, it's a little bit similar to college. In the summertime in college, you can't be around your coaches either. You organize some 7-on-7s, you get guys together, but everybody's in the same location, in school together, you work out together, your strength coaches are there. Now it's, on just a much larger scale, and the thing that I've learned in the NFL and 8 games is it's a production business. Guys who produce stay, and when you win, good things happen, and that's our goal. We want to win.
Guys, last question. Yeah, we have one more.
Does the West Coast offense cater to your strength as a quarterback?
That's a good question. The West Coast is very similar to what I ran in college. We ran a West Coast system when I was in college. A little bit different lingo, a little bit different language, but protections, routes, the feel, the rhythm, the timing part of the West Coast is all the same. And I do feel confident in that. I feel comfortable in that. And we won a lot of games that way. Obviously, the NFL is different than college, and it's a little bit different game. But I do feel very comfortable in what we're trying to do, and the playbook and stuff that I do have it's very similar.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Colt.
Thank you.